Hey guys, this is Mark, and in this video we're going to look at how our thoughts influence outcomes. So let's pick a scenario, ASD husband, NT wife. And let's go ahead and turn this into a negative sequence. The same would be true with a positive sequence. In other words, I start with positive thoughts, end up with positive outcome. But we'll make it negative for the sake of this video. So the first thing that happens is the thoughts. Negative thoughts in this case. ASD husband may be having thoughts along the lines of, my wife is always critical, parental, controlling, micromanaging. She's threatening at some level. Doesn't matter what I say or do, it's never good enough. Doesn't matter how hard I try, I can never meet her expectations. So all of these negative thoughts, I'm basically making up a story. Basically making up a set of rules about her, and then I'm going to live by those rules. So when I think this way long enough, it turns into a belief. In this case, a faulty belief or a faulty belief system. So now, not only do I think that this is the case based on this story I made up, I now view it as the truth. It's a fact. This belief can operate at a very subconscious level. So now that I have this belief system in place, which I view as fact, truth, this belief becomes a hardwired habit. In other words, I'm establishing some new neural pathways that make my belief system influence my behavior such that my words and my behavior and my thoughts are now a habit that operate on autopilot. I don't even need to think about it. This hard wiring is going to result in a bunch of negative feelings. I'm going to have a lot of fear, a lot of shame, a lot of guilt. I'm going to feel that at some level I'm defective or flawed, or that she's defective or flawed. A lot of negative emotions going on now, which will in turn influence my behavior, what I say or do, or what I avoid saying or doing. It's going to be shutdowns, meltdowns, false agreement, which is I just agree to hurry up and end the conversation, may or may not have any intention to follow through. Avoidance behaviors, where I just try to stay away from her in conversations, just stay busy at work all the time, say and do things that are unkind and offensive. And all these behaviors that I'm exhibiting are going to influence outcomes. In other words, in this case, my NT wife is going to start mirroring some very unkind, unempathic behavior too. She may do her own version of temper tantrums or shutdowns. She may increase her complaints about my behavior. She may be building some resentment. She might be even somewhat revengeful or passive aggressive. And guess what? Now I get to experience belief reinforcement because I go, see, I knew that's how she was going to behave. I knew she was going to say those things that she just said. I knew it. It was a knowing. It was my truth. And now I have evidence. It's called a self-fulfilling prophecy. So this negative outcome, based on my negative thoughts, way back in the sequence of things, result in my faulty belief system being reinforced. So now I have evidence that I have the truth about her. Very dangerous cascade of events. To change the negative outcomes, got to start changing the thoughts. If you are in a neurodiverse marriage, where one spouse is autistic and the other one is not, and you've been struggling for years and years, and you're kind of sick and tired of the routine, talk to me. Use me as your personal coach. I have groups, and I keep these groups small so that you can get a lot of one-on-one attention. I have 3 Q&A groups, one for ASD husbands, one for neurotypical wives, and I have a couples group where both spouses can attend. I also have 2 instructional groups, Cassandra Syndrome Recovery Group, to help you cultivate some strategies to recover from years of emotional deprivation, and the Men's Masterclass, in which we take a deep dive on developing social skills and emotional literacy in the context of the neurodiverse marriage. We meet 1 hour a week for 4 weeks. So how much longer are you willing to wait?